Alright, we're just gonna head right on over here.
You spy a rather large number of monster prints on the ground. A wry smile plays across your lips as you remove the scrap of paper from your pack. You pull from your pack the scrap of paper you picked up just north of Castle Advent. You feel around in the grass for a few moments before your hand strikes something surprisingly firm. The scrap of paper tells no lies. You greedily open the chest.
1,000 gold. Nice. Hello everybody, welcome back to Voice of Cards, the Isle Dragon Roars. Today, we're gonna get back to Thriston, turn the doll, and see where we go from there. Yep. Let's go.
Were you able to find my treasure? Cypri asks. This is all we found, says Melanie, withdrawing the ragged doll. Cypri's eyes widen as soon as he sees the doll, and he reaches out to take it. Without breaking his gaze away from the doll, he begins to speak. Cypri tells you he gifted this doll to his young daughter a long time ago.
A filthy doll whose head seems to fall off at any moment.
But she fell gravely ill and died.
Unfortunate.
Since then, Cypri has treasured this doll as he treasured his daughter. Then the monsters took it from him. Cypri turns to Melanie, his head bowed deeply in gratitude. So you reclaimed the treasure by complete accident. You step closer to Cypri.
What do you have to say? What, no thank you? Tell us about the dragon? I'd be happy with coin. Do we go schmuck? Or do we go, hey, we need to find out information?
So, the reward's cash, right? You rudely inquire. Oh, I haven't 2 coins to rub together, says Cypri with a great belly laugh. Instead, he offers knowledge. Far to the east of town is a place called Unionville, where monsters and humans live together in harmony. According to Cypri, you might be able to learn something there, as the dragon and monsters are not totally unrelated. Upon hearing that, you turn on your heel to leave. Cypri calls out to stop you. Journeying to Unionville entails traversing the dense expanse of the bewildering wood. You'll need this, he says, and holds out something for you.
Woodland flutes acquired. Play the flute at a specific location in the bewildering woods to see what happens.
You won't make it through the bewildering wood without it, Cypri says. Your sights set on the distant Unionville, you resolve to navigate through the bewildering wood.
Of the bewildering wood east of Thriston. Fill the necessary requirements and unlock Dr. Cypri's flip side story. Which is what? Collection characters? Cypri should be right there. Super Nombre is a longtime scholar of monsters and monster behavior. Most people in his village simply call him Cypri. Cypri studies monsters for the sake of his daughter, a daughter whom curiously no one has ever seen. Huh. Weird. Maybe the daughter's a monster? For the area? Sure. So the oddball trio sets up the Queen's quest to slay the dragon. reckless young man who fancies himself a hero, yet he only cares for the reward. His traveling companion, a quiet monster, and a proud witch, her hatred for the dragon all-consuming. Each hunts the dragon for a different reason, but unites to travel for them. Tempered every step of the way by those Horde Ivy Order disciples. Their search for information about the dragon brings them to the sea of trees known as Bewildering Wood. There, the would-be heroes meet a strange girl. Chapter 2, Bewildering Wood. It's possible to customize the appearance of certain game elements, such as your avatar, dice, and card designs, by selecting Customize from the title screen's option menu. The customization option can be unlocked by completing certain conditions within the game, or by purchasing add-on content. Build a collection of customization options to create a game appearance that suits your taste. Journey and Pursuit. The Bewildering Wood, east of Thriston. Okay. Makes me wonders if the monsters change, but I don't think so. Into the woods, yeah.
A thick fog impedes your vision. You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the Bewildering Wood.
Ability to manipulate the camera has been restricted. I'll get the Bewildering Wood. Can only travel in green. Hello, sir.
Many a brave soul has set foot in this wood, only to be swallowed up and never seen nor heard from again, the traveler intones gravely. They also tell of a certain tool one needs to get through this place.
Enemy.
About the enemy.
Ah. That seems like a lot of health. Fire?
Oh?
Electric? Oh, 10 damage. The ram? Aw. The magic strike? Yeah. Huh. It could have been very bad. Okay, let's do some healing. Let's do flame for you.
That was lucky.
Oh, ram. Oh. Oh, buddy. So I could, but he's just going to be healed right now. Hooray! sign?
A message is written on the sign. Seek out the 4 stela hidden deep in these woods.
I understand the 4 stela found the bewildering wood. The hell's a stela? Yeah, we'll go south for a bit.
You hear a beautiful melody flowing from the forest depths. It sounds like singing, or perhaps bird song.
Well, you do. Let's carefully find the singer who cares. We'll find
You
it.
take a peek inside the grass and immediately find the owner of the voice. It's a harpy.
Damn it.
It seems like the harpy hasn't yet noticed you. You pick up a rock and throw it at the monster's feet.
Why would we do that?
Startled, the monster flaps its wings and flies away. You find some coins scattered about where it stood.
Okay. Chasing after things, alright. Quest found. Body cell.
You have found the southern stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next.
I think having the 3 remaining stale. And the bewildering woods. Hey, there's a level up. I'll go north.
The man sighs, realizing he may never be able to escape with his current tool set.
Situated on the side, so you got the 4 stela hidden deep in the woods. Trees bearing very solid. Oh, boy, the danger! Hey, don't I have rope? Is it own carts, items? Yeah, I have a bellwether. You could just give it to him.
You have found the northern stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow.
Having 2 other ones.
Congrats.
Thanks. Ooh. I leveled up. Would-be hero. Skill acquired. Recover 3 HP after combat ends. Abilities. Abilities are skill set confer passive effects in battle. Take effect automatically without needing to be equipped. Ooh. On the menu, select setup and then select abilities to see the abilities you've acquired. View your abilities? Sure. Why not? Would-be hero. 1 ability per person? Looks like it. Yeah, fulfill the necessary requirements and unlocks the sapling treant's enemy story. What's its story? Monsters. Sapling treants? Creatures of all sorts flock to these gentle giants of the forest, no doubt thanks to the pleasing warmth emitting from the energy stored within their hollow. Treants draw a steady stream of energy from the earth, so steady in fact, forests of these animated trees have been said to bleed the land dry, leaving naught but a barren wasteland. Oof. Chests. Gold. What will you do? What if we do who cares?
Attributing it to your imagination, you decide to ignore it. A short moment later, the melody stops.
Sure, why not? You get very good at missing these trees. Well, there's another one.
You have found the Eastern Stela. You see the words Melody of Fortune chiseled into the corner.
Sick. More leveled up. Huh. You too.
I need to hit the Stela every single time I want to go home. Ah, what a pain, the frowning woman sighs.
With the necessary requirements unlocked, Woodlander's Woman's Flipside Story.
The next Stela is, you hear someone murmuring. It sounds like a man, but you can't really be sure in these woods.
Fill the necessary requirements for unlocked Woodlander's Man's Flipside Story. It's found. Windstray Ring. 2 movement, it protects against wind. Who do I want that equipped to? Guess it's the buddy. Paralysis, wind. Yeah, makes sense. Characters? Woodland Man. He's lived in these vast dense woods for years now. Roots from the trees feed him. If whoever quenches his thirst, he gives all his thanks to the great Mother Earth. He wandered these deceitful, bewildering woods for ages. He knows he will not find home. No matter how many times he begs or tears he sheds, he is doomed to wander for another day. Yikers. Woodland Woman. I know he takes no notice of me. I've made my peace with that. I'll be happy so long as I can watch him from the shadows. This place is paradise. So many trees from which to gaze upon him. From all angles, every day of the year, forever and always. Yikers. Just tell him your feelings, and if he rejects you, then go away. It's like, but he's so hot.
have found the Western Stela, which you swear up and down was not here when you came in. Nevertheless, you give it a smack. You have found all 4 of the Stela in the bewildering wood. On a perhaps related note, you hear a sound emanating from the east.
Oh, there's an edge, the bewildering wood. We shall do the last thing and listen carefully.
As you listen closely, you are struck by a sudden dizzy spell. You sense a presence growing closer, but cannot react. The grass rustles, then a monster slowly shows itself from between the blades. It's a harpy. Realizing you've been caught in the harpy's trap, you ready your weapons. About the enemy.
Wind? Or freeze? Oh, you're frozen. See if lightning does anything. Resist.
For some time after that, you find yourself trembling at the mere sound of a bird's tweet.
Yeah. The woman?
The woman appears to be lost. How do I get out of here? She asks with furrowed brows.
Ooh, level up. Nice. Thunderstorm. Deal 4 damage, bolts all enemies. Each character in your party can set up 4 types of skills. On the menu, select Setup and Skills to choose and set the skills your party members can use in battle. Set up your skills. Yeah. All the abilities cost something. Why not? Oh, nuts.
You examine the stela. The message carved into the stela reads, "Play in tune with the forest." You hold the woodland flute you received from the good doctor in Thriston.
With the woodland flute? Sure.
Doot 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 doodly, doot 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 doot. You blow a handful of pleasant enough notes into the woodland flute. You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself to be a series of impeccably timed footfalls racing toward you. A young woman appears before you. "That was absolutely dreadful," she whinges, her jaunty gait betraying her enjoyment. She calls herself Riddis and declares herself a woodlander, resident of the bewildering wood. By sheer coincidence, the flute on which you played those notes was one designed to call the woodland people to your side. Stunned by your good fortune, you ask Ridis to lead you eastward out of the forest. What luck! She agrees far more readily than you ever anticipated. But, she continues, extending her hand, you'll have to hand over the woodland flute first.
Then what do you respond? Will you return the flute to her, give it to her, don't give it to her, make her buy it? We're gonna be a schmuck.
That'll cost you 1,000 gold pieces, you say smugly. Ugh, it's always about money with you travelers, she snorts derisively. Her face contorts in disgust. She reaches into her cloak.
To the scrumptious looking piece of fruit.
Hey, before you can finish your thought, Mars' tongue whips across your hand, snatching the fruit and sliding it into his gullet. Ridis gasps. How could you let him do that? Just one of those fruits sells for 10,000 gold pieces, she shouts. So you can pay me back for the fruit your little friend stole, or you can hand over that flute, she says, pressing her case. I think you've lost this one, Melanie says, snickering. You look down at Mar, who seems quite pleased with himself. I suppose I have, you sigh in resignation. You begrudgingly hand the woodland flute to Ridis. Ridis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee and begins playing it as she skips away. Well, playing is a generous term. It sounds as though she may as well be murdering the poor thing. Ridis makes it clear that the fastest way out of the woods is through woodland, where she lives. It's that-a-way, Ridis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you.
Possibly a path to woodland has been hindering behind the stela the whole time. Take the shortcut. Enter woodland? Yeah.
Welcome to Woodland, Ridis says, gesturing out over the village. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says, and makes her way home.
Prior to the woodland end once you have thoroughly explored the woodland. Sure. You still say the same thing?
Welcome to the Forest Oasis, the man greets you warmly. You happen upon a man greedily guzzling well water. Could it truly be that much better than ordinary water?
Fill the necessary requirements to unlock the mature man's flip side story. What's the story entail? Characters. He made a promise to the love of his life when they were married. I will love you till death do us part. 1.5 centuries later, he has proven to be a man of his word. His wife now lies in bed, slowly claiming her. He takes her hand, decides decades of memories washing over him. Finally, he sighs. He'll be through with his promise. Thorough with his promise. Yikers! Yikers! The dark side of the story. What do you have, apothecary? Antidote serum. Comment res down. Sure, it's a new item. Prepper Upper, we have Inspire Elix. We're good. Game Parlor is just regular Game Parlor. Since we got all of it done. Yeah, we're good. Oh, I'm forced to do this now. Oh, jeez. There we go. Ooh. Has what? I already own this? Mark can have a higher attack. Minus speed plus defense. I think that's fine. Fine, equip. The knight's armor. Ooh. More defense. More speed and defense. Protection ring. Poison ring. With the poison ring. I'll just buy for now. Buy this one. And buy and equip this. Cool. Can I help you? Boom, Smoothstone, oil part, Destructo box. Yeah.
You learn that Ridis's family is mired in debt and living hand to mouth. And I know how they got in so much trouble, the rumor mongerer says deliciously. We are not in the business of meddling in the personal affairs of others, Melanie says curtly, cutting her off. Apparently she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying another town somewhere. Our village would burn down so easily, she mutters, perhaps a bit more afraid of the symptom than the cause. This shortcut is reserved for use by woodland citizens only, the guard barks, clearly unwilling to let you pass.
That's fair. Sure.
You take note of a woman who appears quite ill. As it turns out, she is none other than Ridis's mother. She is in no small amount of pain. Will you give her something to ease her suffering? The item you've proffered has no effect on her illness, but I appreciate the thought all the same, she says with a smile. Ridis's mother hands you mysterious card 3 as a token of her gratitude.
Devoted daughter.
She begins speaking of Ridis, who has been preparing the medicine that helps her get through the day. She blames her illness, and therefore herself, for making Ridis's life so difficult. The more she talks, the more her face drops. Ridis pores over a book while practicing on the woodland flute. She remains dreadful at it. The instant you begin speaking, she nearly leaps out of her skin and hides the book. She somehow hadn't noticed you. I thought you were the debt collectors. You can't sneak up on me like that, she stammers, struggling to regain her composure.
I wonder if the mother says anything else. Nope. We'll go to the inn.
Been a while since we've had any outsiders, the innkeeper says, beckoning the party inside. It turns out this inn is simply a place where the poor, lost souls trapped in the bewildering wood may recover. You may stay as long as you like, free of charge. The wooden dining table practically groans under the weight of the platters upon it, all brimming with meats and vegetables from the bewildering wood. I've certainly earned this, you say to yourself, as you slide into your seat at the table, positively drooling over the feast before you. Melanie takes no note of your boorish behavior, uttering a small prayer of thanksgiving before reaching for a plate of vegetables. Mar sits, eyes fixed on the food upon the table, statuesque in his stillness. What a good boy.
Womp, gobble, 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 nom, 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 slurp, go, slurp.
Mar clears the entire table in a matter of seconds, even emptying the water barrel in a single gulp. He lets out a self-satisfied burp that sends a small jet of just-drank water arcing out onto the floor. The sun sinks low, and the day draws to a close. A scream pierces the silence. Fire! You leap out of bed, adrenaline coursing through your veins. The others follow suit, and before long you've burst through the front door and into the street. Ridis's house is ablaze, a nearby villager screams.
Ridis's house.
Douse the flames with water, shouts the man. Water from the well.
We can't.
From a distance, the woman watches Ridis's house burn, despair on her face. The dragon's going to burn down our village next, cries the girl, as if the world is ending around her. Fire or no fire, ain't nobody allowed past, says the gatekeeper, stubbornly refusing to let you through.
Hi, Ridis.
My mother is still inside, Ridis shrieks, darting past you to fetch water from the well south of the village.
Where's the well south of the woodlands?
Riddis is gathering water in an attempt to fight the blaze all on her own.
Or no one had to help. Melanie.
Melanie tosses a nearby bucket into the well and hauls it up by the rope. But she hasn't the strength to raise a full bucket out of the well. She releases the rope and examines her raw, reddened hands. None can say she did not try.
Mar's
eyes light up. He scrambles over the edge of the well and sucks the well dry in an instant. He pokes at his swollen belly and gestures toward Riddis's house, as if to say, "Get me back there, quick."
The case. Yeah, so the whole thing with, like, the innkeeper's
"Someone
like...
save our poor village," prays the man, his eyes fixed upon Riddis's smoldering home.
To tell you that Mar can spit up everything.
"Here to stay the night?" the innkeeper asks the moment you set foot in the inn. "Quickly, put it out. You have to put it out," Riddis screams at Mar. Mar douses the house with the water he sucked up from the well. The fire is reduced to mere embers, and all is well. Or so you think. Something darts out from behind the house and attacks.
Hellhound. Upstand's cards will trigger each turn during this battle. 3 to allies recovery rate. Upstands can sometimes occur during battle. You can see their effect using the triangle button. So, freeze. Oh. Lightning or attack. Ooh, choices. Getting very lucky on these rolls. $500,000 gold. Nice. Rolling Claw did 1.5 times damage.
The fiery beast dispatched, you return to putting out the last of the blaze with Mar's help. Riddis's mother, now safe, tells you the creature came out of nowhere and set the house aflame.
At least she's okay.
What would bring a creature of fire to a place like this, you wonder?
The next day.
Light breaks on a new day, and the commotion of the fire feels but a nightmare. You lead your party to Riddis's house to ask for safe passage out of the bewildering wood.
It's with Riddis at her home in the woodland. And then everyone else has their old dialogue. Looks like it.
You didn't hear it from me, but the cause of the fire was, she whispers baseless gossip in your ear. Apparently, she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying another town somewhere. The girl heaves a sigh of relief after learning the fire wasn't the dragon's doing.
Huh. Do you say something different, old man? Scratch, 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 scratch.
You follow the curious sounds to their source, our resident well water lover, digging at the dry well with his bare hands. He digs and digs, but no water is forthcoming. What's worse, he has injured his hand in the process. Melanie beseeches you to help the poor man. But well digging was forbidden by our ancestors long ago. You've heard the legends, you protest. How is that the best lie you can come up with? She snaps back, appalled. The man turns towards you both, oblivious to the squabble playing out before him. Do you have any salve that might ease my pain, he asks.
Man is in need of salve. Will you give it to him? Sure.
You hand the man some salve. The instant he applies it to his hands, he resumes his furious digging, this time punctuated with shouts of "I feel incredible." Not long after that, water erupts from the ground with a force unlike any you've seen. He sidles up to the jet of water and begins drinking from it as one would from a fountain. He is once again in his element. The man hands you mysterious card 4 to show his appreciation for the salve.
Water from a well. What did it say? He slides up the jet of water, begins drinking it once again. He is once again in his element. Nice.
Though spared from complete collapse, Rittis's home has been thoroughly scorched. Rittis's mother tells you she was once deceived by a crooked merchant and plunged into debt. Rittis has been working to repay the debt ever since her mother took ill. You lightly press your thumb and forefinger to the corner of each eye, a mixture of sadness and anger swirling within you.
Further test requirements unlocked. Rittis's mother's flipside story. Rittis's mother. Oh, deep in. Nope, right there. Either through bad luck or too trusting a heart, Rittis's mother has endured no shortage of hardship despite living in the secluded woodland. Might think that repeated swindlings would get her down, but that would require that she realizes she's been defrauded. Perhaps ignorance really is bliss.
Rittis sits alone in one of its rooms, the air thick with the smell of char. There shouldn't be any fire creatures for miles, she grumbles. She says the monster appeared while she was playing the woodland flute last night. As to why any monsters, let alone fire monsters, appeared, well, despite the circumstances, you ask Rittis to lead you out of the bewildering wood as promised. I did promise that, didn't I? She says wearily, rising from her seat. The poor girl is clearly still in shock. Why do you want to venture out beyond the bewildering wood anyway? She inquires, as she gathers this and that in preparation to leave.
You give her the reason you want to leave. Looking for the dragon, it's none of your business.
We are in search of the dragon, you say valiantly, adding, the reward will be significant should we defeat him. Honesty is the best policy. Sounds like a real risky way to make a living, she replies flatly, feigning interest. A group of Ivory Order people came through here just the other day, she explains. You connect the dots with malice. Those three, you seethe. At last, Ridis is ready to depart for the edge of the bewildering wood.
Chris joins the party. Maximum of 3 characters can participate in battles. Select the party setup menu in order to form your battle party. Set up your party? Yeah. I guess Mark can be in reserve for a little bit. Oh, he is best boy. Skills, abilities? He wants skills. More skills. 2 stacks. Sure. Just want to switch this around a bit. There we go. Alright, let's see what you got. Loose arrow deal damage. Poison arrow inflicts damage if you hit 4. Deal damage for quick shot. Okay. Level 7? Far from the eastern side of the woodland, make your way through the bewildering wood. It's going to help answer a question if...
This road takes you to the east side of the bewildering wood, but you'd be hard-pressed to find your way without a woodlander's help, the guard warns. Upon seeing that Ridis is with you, he steps aside and lets you through.
Parties in reserve. Party members in reserve will be gaining XP or not. Huh. Alright. Sure.
The eastern portion of the woods certainly does not want for thick, soupy fog.
Ability to manipulate the camera has been restricted. Again.
You turn away, ready to lead the party deeper into the bewildering wood. Wait just a moment, you lot, calls the voice of an older man from somewhere behind you. Ridis appears to be familiar with him. She calls him Mr. O. Here you are, young lady, he says, handing her a slip of paper.
Invoice for rental property damage and associated repairs totaling 1 million gold. Ugh.
Oh dear. Further, Mr. O explains, Ridis did not have a fire insurance policy at the time of the conflagration, and so she shall have to pay in full. I'll thank you kindly to pay by the end of the month. Bye now, Mr. O says, receding from view as he returns to the forest. Hee hee. Ridis lets out a bemused chuckle, her demeanor remarkably calm for what has just transpired. She pulls the woodland flute from her cloak and begins softly playing. Ridis's ear-splitting performance, shall we say, draws monsters out from behind the trees. Within moments, they are nearly upon you.
Did she mean for that to happen?
Back.
Deal dark damage. Dark.
It's lucky.
It's her quick shot, like.
That's odd. I must have made a mistake, Riddis says, burying her face in her old book once more.
What do you ask, Riddis? What are you reading? What are you talking about?
She opens the book to a particular page and thrusts it in your face. You can't tell anyone in the village I let you see this, okay? It's a page of sheet music with a note scrawled beside it that reads, "Play this lucky tune to reverse your financial fortunes and make money woes a thing of the past."
I mean, yes, technically, because we get money from monsters, but still.
No matter how many times I played this last night, our debt never went down, she fumes, incensed. You inspect the page a bit more carefully. Off in a corner, in letters so small as to be illegible, another message reads, "May summon monsters if played incorrectly." You finally see that so long as Riddis holds the flute, this is nothing more than a monster conjuring melody. You snatch the woodland flute from her hands. "You have lost your flute-playing privileges," you inform her. "But I'll never escape from this mountain of debt without it," she cries, clearly still believing in the melody of fortune. Melanie quietly opines that while Riddis is many things, bright is not one of them.
That's the Bewildering Wood shortcut. Oh, it's green. Oh, and the slime has protective. Huh. Poison?
Oh?
Still super weak to fire. Everyone's critting. $44. $378. All right, cool. He's getting levels or getting experience. That's good. What to give? You have the Dryad's Bow. Looks like you have Dryad's Garb. Alright.
Your body is soothed by the gentle tone. It feels as though your fatigue has somehow washed away.
Huh. Interesting. I thought it would have been a harpy.
Let's do this.
Try Thunderstorm for the first time, why not? Nice. Double proof. Increases wind bolt damage by 5. Cool. We're good. Well.
As if drawn in by the voice, you head deeper into the forest, where you find a woman playing a stringed instrument. Why won't the right words come to me, she laments, her fingers stopping on the strings. Hearing her sigh, you offer to help her with her song. Very well then. Please finish this verse, she responds, then begins to sing.
Snow-covered town, you hear a voice. You could join that song. Oi, 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 Q. It's frickin' cold.
You imitate Mars' mule, but the woman just tilts her head to the side in confusion. You pity the poor soul for not comprehending the sheer cuteness of your dear companion. In the end, you gain nothing from the exchange and leave the woman to her song.
Knight's chainmail. +9 in defense. Who can that use? Who could use that? Mar? Yeah, it can. My god. Beefy boy.
One of the nuts flies off the tree and smacks you right on the head. The pain brings tears to your eyes.
I took 8 damage. Shoot. Find the singer. Oi, oi, oi.
You add a fiery shout to overcome the cold. Taking your words as ridicule, the woman's eyes suddenly grow dark. How dare you insult my song? You will pay for this atrocity in blood, she exclaims, then attacks.
Oh.
And fight.
Oh, okay. Bye. I'm
How
sorry.
pitiful I am, brought to my knees in these woods, defeated by savage adventurers. What an epic song that would be.
We'll waste no time. And with that, I leveled up. Nice.
Seemingly satisfied, the woman succumbs to slumber. You decide to part ways from this woman, hopefully never to meet again.
I feel sad now. I don't want that to happen.
Here, Ritis chirps, pushing overgrown boughs and shrubs aside. As she does, a hidden path out of the bewildering wood comes into view.
To the confines of Bewildering Wood. Okay, but what about the other path? Chris levels up. Cornered Prey adds 3 to damage. A target is affected by a status ailment. Oh, even Mar leveled up. Fulfill the necessary requirements to unlock Green Fungo's enemy storage. You fulfill the necessary requirements to unlock the Armed Slime's enemy story. Collection. Monsters. The slimes have learned how to wield human weaponry. Most of who have taken them lightly have paid with their lives. Well, learned the wield is perhaps overstating things. They still primarily attack by driving their gooey body into enemies, but now they do so while brandishing a sword. Green fungo. Seeing as they produce poison within their bodies for protection, these guys are anything but fun. Factor in their tough flesh. You have a meal over even the omnivores avoid. So many chefs have tried and failed to come up with a way to render these creatures edible. And with each new poisoning elicits a little more than an eye roll from the physician on duty. Oh, pot.
You shout the words in a loud voice. The woman's mouth hangs open, wide. The words are so plain, perhaps overly so, which is precisely why they pierce the heart, she says, your cheap words somehow resonating with her. She entreats you to let her use your lyrics. Imagining the royalties, you happily agree.
400 gold. Maybe turn the volume down for the electricity. Leave the area? Yeah.
At last, you are free of the bewildering wood. Praise the power of the woodlanders, you squeal in admiration of Ritis. She giggles bashfully. You've certainly kept your promise, you say. Thank you for showing us the way. I was hoping I could join you on your quest to defeat the dragon, Ritis suddenly blurts out.
What do you want to go after? I know I'm splitting the reward with you.
She takes out her old book and thrusts another page in your face. This week's creature of fortune is the dragon. Boons may befall those who encounter him. Melanie's jaw goes slack. What is the deal with this book? Melanie asks, bewildered. I can probably pay off my debt if we can just defeat the dragon, Riddish chirps, revealing her true intentions. No, I won't dilute my share of the riches any further. No more additions to the party, you bark. Have you no heart? Are you just going to leave a young helpless girl like me to drown in an ocean of debt and deal with that crusty old man? Riddish fires back relentlessly. I want to go. No. So goes the endless chorus of your thoroughly unproductive argument. Melanie calmly reminds you that the party in its current form stands little chance of defeating the dragon. See? You need me, Riddish says, sensing an opportunity. Your well-reasoned argument of no thwarted, you nod your head in resignation and welcome Riddish to the party.
Riddish joins your dragon hunting party.